Hello all, nice to see you guys again. This is week 4 interpersonal communications. This is Jonathan Giese, and we've been asked to do some form of a persuasive speech, or selling you something is what I'm going to go with. And so what I'm going to be selling you guys is this right here, which is an electronic cigarette. Now, nice thing about them is, as you can see, they look very similar to a pen. When you got the cigarette and then you got a pen sitting right here. So when you're walking around with it, it doesn't look like you've got a cigarette just sitting around, or if you set it down on the table and walk away, people aren't like, wait, why are you leaving cigarettes around? And so that's one very nice thing on it. Now, how they work, that's where I'm going to start with on this, is there's a thing with them called a ratio for their e-juices. Now, the ratio on the e-juice varies between your nicotine level, your propylene glycol, and your vegetable glycol. Now, the propylene and vegetable glycol, those are what create a throat hit, which is where you actually feel it in your throat. The higher the ratio, the more you're going to feel it in your throat. The lower, obviously, the smoother it's going to be. And then you've also got the vegetable glycol, which creates the vapors, or it looks like smoke. But like I said, it's just vapors. Perfectly harmless. Vegetable glycol is actually in a lot of the food you eat, so it's perfectly harmless. There's nothing wrong with it. So that's how the ratio works. You've got the nicotine can vary from 0 to 36 milligrams per bottle, and depending on how much you smoke, depends on how many milligrams of nicotine you want in your bottle. Me right now, I smoke about a pack a day, or I used to smoke about a pack a day, so I smoke the 18 milligram, and it works actually really well for me. So that's just a little bit on how they work. The reason that I chose these is to help me cut back on cigarettes, because I tried quitting many times, didn't work, just couldn't do it. And, I started to think about it, and I was smoking a pack a day. Now here in Washington State, a carton of, we'll just say Marlboros, costs almost $100. So therefore, I was smoking about $300 worth of cigarettes a month. Now my wife smokes about the same amount I do. So we were burning through almost $600 a month just on cigarettes. We decided, we need to change because, that's just absurd. We could go on some nice family vacations after a couple of months just saving that $600. So we switched to the electronic cigarettes, and we now only spend about 50, maybe 100, depending on if we go a little bit crazy. But yeah, only about $100 a month, and that's between us both. So that right there, we're saving 550, somewhere in there, which is a very nice aspect. Now, I was going to show you guys a little bit on how they work, which is there's just a little button on here that you push, you take a drag, and you blow it out. And you can kind of see a little bit on the video that it creates what looks like smoke. And which that right there actually helps a lot of people who are trying to quit, because they need to be able to see that. They need the habit, which is where I was at. The gums and stuff didn't work for me. I needed the habit of smoking, because it becomes a habit. Not so much the nicotine becomes an addiction, granted, yes that is, but the habit itself becomes an addiction, which is what a lot of people don't understand. And the maintenance on them is easy. You got to clean them about once a week. There's a thing inside called an atomizer, and that's what creates the vapors. That has to be changed on occasion, and you have to charge your battery. I have like 8 batteries sitting around, and as soon as one dies, I plug it in. It only charges for about probably 3 hours, and it's got a full charge again. I put it away. Once my next battery dies, I just circle through them. It's very nice. They last a while, and like I said, it's helped me cut back. It's helped to save me a lot of money. As far as health-wise, I'm actually able to exercise more because I don't have the lung pressure that I used to have. So yeah, that's a little bit about them. And if you guys have any questions, hit me up. All right, have a good day.